Chapter 1, Scraping the Barrel. Hi everyone, I'm Inane Babbler and welcome back to another episode of Frostpunk 2. This is Chapter 1. Getting right into it, coal is running out. The captain is dead as he weakened. Growing divisions brought city maintenance to a grinding halt. Now, New London is left to suffer the consequences. As steward, it is your charge to lead, but you must prove yourself. The overcrowded city is low on resources. Use this warmer year to build more shelter, secure coal, and power the generator back on. Let's get to work. Alright, let's pause. So what's going on? Let's see. We have a city with a whole bunch of stuff already in place. Actually, no, not really. Just kind of an inner area. There's a pretty large area. So look at all those materials. You have food. What is this? This is an old way station. This is to have the resource of Frostland teams. So I know in the original one, Frostpunk 1, so this is the Frostland that we zoomed out on here. Looks like we can explore much of this or all of this. So we'll see that at some point. But for now, we don't have the Wanderers anymore. We have 3 communities down here. Okay. The Frostlanders. Adaptation is the only way to live in the frost, is their philosophy. Stalwarts, progress for the glory of New London. Merit forges the strongest. And reason for order, order for control. Then we have the New Londoners. Through technological progress, New London will thrive. Alright, so they all have different philosophies and different ways that you're keeping them happy. Bottom left over here, we see the different things. So we have progress and adaptation, merit and equality, tradition and reason. It looks like as you do things, one of those bars will fill up and then it'll be fulfilled. So let's see, what else have we added since last episode? We're able to construct specific buildings. Those go in certain specific districts. We can still frostbreak and all that. What is our first thing we need to do? Frostbreak to a shallow coal seam and construct an extraction district. And ultimately we want to get this generator back on. Okay. So that's the quick overview of what's going on in this chapter. We have to get to this coal while making some housing. How's our housing? We're down by 58. Food, we're down by 74, but we have a big surplus, so we're gonna not worry about food right this second. We need some goods, so we'll need to build a factory or whatever we need to do there. But the first thing we need to do is need to get some coal, because heat is what keeps us alive. All right. I wish I could have made it to that one. That's fine. I think we'll just go a little bit crazy like we did in the prologue. We're going to make kind of our road network while we have the workforce available. Because what happens is, over time, as they're manning these different buildings, you have less and less workforce available to you. So kind of making a loose network of where you want your roads to be while you have all the workforce available is pretty good. So there's iron right there. I'm not going to need it right now, but I need that way station. So let's build toward that way. All right, we have food. Let's build along here to the food. There's unlimited food right there, it looks like. 1,000 million. Okay, that's a lot of food. So basically unlimited. How about to this materials area over here? Let's go like that. Okay. And then I think I saw prefab somewhere. Over here. I'm going to wait till I do the coal. Materials is important. Okay, that's good for now. Well, no, I want to go this way too. Okay. First order of business, coal. Do we have enough to make a housing district? So now we've opened up extraction, industrial and logistics. We need housing. So let's do that right here. In the heat. Right here. Great. And then what's this? Can I... Okay, over here it has 10 shelter more and 20 plus 20 heat because it's kind of like in a little hidden area. So the blue outline shows it'll give an extra 10 because it's a stable little crevasse. I definitely want to frost break into those so that I can get some housing. I'm going a little bit crazy with the frost breaking, but I think it's gonna pay off to have all of this done. I feel like, yeah, this will be good. Great. Okay. Housing. I think we're building some. That'll give what? 20 and 20. Okay, I'll need still another 18, which is good right there. Let's do one more housing district. Oh wait, we have to still frost break. Okay, let's make an an extraction district before I get too carried away here. We're gonna make it. I should have made these a little bit wider in hindsight, because in the prologue it was 3 per district. Now it's 6. Okay, well we need some coal, so let's do this. Housing. So I can expand the housing. think I'm being a little inefficient with my frost breaking. But that's okay. They'll come right back to me. Okay. We're getting coal now. We're getting 120 coal. We have enough for another 342 weeks, which is a lot. Can we turn on this generator? Let's do it. Scraping the barrel. Good work, steward. We have secured a new coal deposit. It's part of the last vein in New London. There are still some deposits left, but they won't last for long. We'll need to improve our mining to use it efficiently. The city's communities are voicing different ideas about how to do it. We need to decide whose ideas are worth pursuing. We must choose a solution. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so it's kind of like a little pathway. We need to build we have to...
The steward appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
Okay, I'm expanding this housing district because they told me to. And then I could make a research building. All right, let's pause. Actually, let's take a look at what's going on here. So this is our housing. I mean, I guess it could be worse, right? Okay. All right. So build a research institute. I don't have enough heat stamps. I get how much per week? 14. The generator wakes, a child is born. People gather around the generator tower as it wakes with a thundering shudder and bestows heat on us yet again. This is the heart of the city, our last line of defense against the cold. Our first hope for a future, any future. Steward, there's a couple who says their first child, a daughter, was born at the exact moment that the generator sprang to life again. They called her Lily May. They ask that you bless her. You gave us hope back. Thanks to you, our child may yet have a future ahead of her. People are hopeful there is a future for them after all. Very well, Lily May. May your life be warm and winds spare your paths. So heat stamps is like scraps. It's going to get in the way of us getting things done. And we're only getting 7.8 from the population, 9 from the central district, but there's an unmet demand for goods. If we can satisfy that, maybe that would help us. So we're going to look into that. Research Institute, there we go. It's building. Now, how do we make... I think it's in industrial district, then we can make goods, yes. So we need 40 heat stamps to do that. Where do we make industrial districts? Anywhere? Is it anywhere? We're gonna uncover this whole area here because we need to. Oh, it's already mostly uncovered. Good. So maybe I'll make an industrial area right here. Let's be smart here. All right, what do we want to do? I'm thinking we can go exploring the Frostland, which is going to help us, but we need to establish a really good foothold here first. So let's not expand too crazy. I already made, we can make a logistics district right there. I feel like we're going to need food at some point. There's more housing here. I don't want to build housing anywhere that doesn't give us a buff of some sort. So there's that. Let's see. What do we need? We really need goods, because that'll help people be happy. Although we definitely need another housing district. So let's finish this housing district here, and while we're doing it, we might as well just go ahead and get to the way station. We can now research new ideas. Okay.
Stupid.
Different ideas. A small crowd gathers outside of the New Research Institute, arguing about how to exploit the last coal veins. The stalwarts and New Londoners want us to lean on machine-powered mining, but the Frostlanders would have us pursue a more frugal solution. They would never display such discord under the captain's rule. You have to choose who to entrust with developing their idea. Okay, so it's saying this bold right here is the translation of what this is really. The communities of New London have different perspectives. You may not be able to please everyone. I could decide later, or I could see my options now. Idea tree. We need new ideas to move forward. However, different communities may propose diverging answers to the same issue. They will only pursue solutions that align with their worldview. Choosing a community to develop an idea will improve your relations with that community. Okay, so I'm gonna have to balance this. I don't have enough heat stamps, but that's okay, we can still look at it. Is it Frostlanders or Frostlanders? Let's say Frostlanders. Frostlanders. And New Londoners. And Stalwarts are the three communities right now. It looks like the New Londoners and the Stalwarts both like the blasting coal mine idea. The Frostlanders like the dust coal mine idea. So, I'm not going to read all of this, but basically, let's see the difference here. Dust coal mine would need 400 workforce, 150 coal output, disease goes up a little bit, and there's a material demand of 20. The blasting coal mine, coal output goes up, workforce requirement goes down, but squalor is increased and materials demand is increased. So the overall better option, the workforce requirement is going to be a problem, but the disease is only slightly increased instead of here where squalor is increased. That's a big difference, and more material demand as well. I feel like I need to follow what the Frostlanders say, but I can't do it just yet because I don't have enough heat stamps. Then there's also housing installation, where they all like the same thing. They all want asbestos lining. And that I should get quickly because that reduces the base heat demand of housing districts, so that's incredibly important. So there's other things up here. There's resources that you can... Resource ideas, Frostland ideas, city, society, and hubs. Wow, okay, so there's a lot. What's this housing block? So you can make a dense housing block, which provides more shelter but more heat demand. Okay. The Frostlanders and the New Londoners, they like just a regular housing block, not the dense one, which doesn't increase the disease at all. So that's probably something that I'll pursue, but it's less shelter. We don't need to worry about that right now. Society, there's watchtowers and hospitals and hubs. So different hubs, like the fighting hub. So that gives them an outlet for frustration. Okay. Okay, well, I'll look at all this, but I think probably the very first thing I'm going to do is the housing installation. Once I have more heat stamps. Okay, well, they distracted me with all that. What is it that I wanted to do? I wanted to get goods. That's right. Because it seems like a little bit, but it's like 3 more every week I'm missing out on. And also, not having goods is definitely going to be a problem at some point for some reason, I'm sure. So I'm going to make an industrial district, and then I'm going to go ahead and...
While not mandatory, carrying personal documentation is encouraged to assist with body identification.
Oh, so basically they're saying if you die, we need to know who you are. Alright, I'm making an industrial district. I'll research an idea once I hit 50 heat stamps. Oh, a council hall, seat of the council, where delegates representing the city's inhabitants meet to discuss and enact laws. Abe Byron, age 55, drill sergeant. It's good to have you back, old chap. He's admiring the generator. It's good to have you back, old chap. It was a terrible fright to have you switched off. You're more than just a heat source, as you know. To us, you're a symbol of what we should be. Unbending, unyielding fortitude. May we all stand so bold against the frost. The generator is revered and respected by the stalwarts. Okay, I think he needs to calm down a little bit, but it's okay. Alright, let's research. Do I want to research housing installation? Yeah. Or better coal mine. Let's just do this. Let's do the research of this. It'll help. Okay. Here's the industrial. I can either make prefabs or I can make goods. I can make goods. Now it's -5. So still is not great. Oh, but see, now it's 16 heat stamps a week instead of 14. So you can expand your districts as well. So it'll cost 50 heat stamps to expand this, but then the output will go from 25 goods to something that I don't know yet. Let's see. So it went from 25 to 30.
Do not be alarmed by any unusual noises coming from the generator. Routine maintenance work is underway.
Okay. Why did 80 freeze to death? Due to cold? Why? Why? There's not enough coal? Okay. More coal. Okay, so what am I? I'm a little stable right this second. So let's just see. I haven't made one food extraction, so I'll run out of that in 36 weeks. Materials are run out of in 35 weeks. So I'm really eating away at my surplus. So we need to start addressing that. That's not hurting us right now. So the very next thing we're going to make is housing. And then we'll work on the research for the coal mines. Oh, because I'm near an extraction district, I would lose I get squalor. Why does it say exposed to the wind here? Alright, well, we're gonna go in here anyway. Good, more housing. Deaths due to cold. Problems in the city. Steward. A cold wave has taken lives in the city. People were found frozen not only in the open streets, but in some houses and workplaces as well. The air is thick with grief and anger. People fear the horror of years past will return under your leadership. They want the council to ensure new laws can help with fighting this crisis. Reassuring them would be prudent. So actually, I think the game forced those people to die just to give us this prompt. Because we were okay. We were okay. We shouldn't have died there. What was I gonna say about council hall? We'll do a council hall. New passive boost proposed by Frostlanders. We gotta make a council hall so that they can actually vote on it. There we go. Council hall is being built. How you guys doing in here? This new little housing area. Yeah, in the first Frostpunk, you'd really want to zoom in and see, because you only had a couple hundred people, I think, at most. Now there's 7,920 people. So it's kind of more of an overview that you're looking at. It's a little less personal.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
So they're forcing us to get more coal, of which there is none on this map right here. Okay, the council hall is done.
Stupid.
First council session. Anticipation fills the air as the council opens. The captain ruled with a firm hand for years, but those times died with him. Now, the communities of the city want their say. The stalwarts maintained order on behalf of the captain and adhered to what they claim was his vision for New London: progress, merit, and reason. The New Londoners and Frostlanders clash over our survival strategy, though neither has a firm stance on economic or social issues. Then, there are those who view the stalwarts with contempt for their role in New London's history, but they keep to the shadows, for now. Based on your handling of the coal crisis, the first decision is whether you should maintain your role as steward. Open the session. I didn't actually handle the coal crisis, though. I wonder how this is going to go. Well, I guess I did in that I started the generator. When you return to the council in the future, you will be able to propose new laws to vote upon, but for now, a special vote needs to happen. The communities of New London have to accept you as their leader. Be careful. If you fail, this will be the end of your rule. Okay, well... The delegates in session, cool. Should the steward remain in power? If this vote fails, the delegates will immediately remove you from office. There's 22 people for. There's 4 people against. And there's 74 that are hesitant. Well, let's just go. Vote. Law is passed. Good. That would have been a short game if I failed that. Okay, where are we? We need more coal. Again, there is none on here, so we need a better way to do that. So they're forcing me to do research on that. That's fine. Coal mines. We need 50. 50 heat stamps. There we go. Coal mines. All right, what do we want to do? We were talking about this earlier. Dust coal mine or blasting coal mine? I think we should do a dust coal mine. We don't want to do things that are increased squalor by a lot and all that. So, dust coal mine it is. How much coal do we have? We only have 1,600 in the stockpile, and it'll last for 4 weeks, 5 weeks at this rate. We have another 40 weeks. The temperature's going to go down again. So we need a lot of coal. We need some other way to make more heat here. We're going to need food, we're going to need materials. Right now we have a whole bunch of workforce, so that's good. But they're not actually working, so that's bad. Yeah, let's get them working here. What do we want to do first? Food? Yeah, that's going to be more important.
All city transport is running several minutes behind. We appreciate your patience.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to need to pick a path here. Okay? We look at this whole map. You have a whole bunch of materials. I mean, there's a lot here. So I'd be fine for a long while. There are then unlimited materials. There's a deep deposit found here. So there's materials. There's 2 of them. And food, there's 1. And I think we can make prefabs in here. So we essentially have an unlimited supply of food, materials, and prefabs because we can make prefabs in industrial districts. But the thing we're lacking is coal. So we need to explore. How much coal do we have left here? Let's see, because I'm getting a little nervous about it. We have 350,000. Okay, so we're actually fine. We have plenty of coal. for now, but it's gonna run out at some point. So let's simmer down. Our idea is being researched. I'm going to expand these districts. No, I didn't mean to do that. Cancel. Okay. Nope. Okay, I want to expand this district right here. Okay, so the Frostlanders liked the idea that I actually researched because they liked that one, and so my relations went up with them. I mean, I could still research the other ones if I had a whole bunch of stuff that would help my relations if I really needed to, but I wouldn't want to do that. It's a waste of heat stamps right now. Is the council in session? Yes, it is. Okay. Council's in session. All right. So what am I doing? I could vote on rules. What are all these? Guard enforces the steward may deploy squads of well-trained, well-equipped guards to put down disruptions. So this is all getting to me to become the captain, I guess. Guided voting. The steward may declare a motion vitally important to the city's survival, curtailing debate and convincing many wavering delegates to support it. Well, that seems like kind of crazy for me to do right now. They don't trust me enough to do that. He has a whole bunch of people against it. So let's do something for the actual city. Survival, city, and society. Okay. Food additives. Only natural forage ingredients may be added to the food. We will train people to forage for these in the Frostland. Citizens will provide some food during calm weather. I'm not worried about that right now. Goods, what's this? Goods demand per capita is slightly decreased because we make durable goods. Okay, or mass-produce goods. In order to overcome scarcity, we'll organize our production lines to increase goods production. So the choice here is either to do nothing or to make it that people want less goods, or that we can generate goods more easily. And that all really is just kind of a balancing act between these different factions here. That's not really helping us in any way right now. So let's look at city. Basic necessities. Okay. Free essentials. Based on availability, the city will ensure that all citizens are provided with what they need to survive for free, including basic rations and clothing. So the trust will rise. Or paid essentials. Heat stamps. Income per capita is slightly increased. Production efficiency is slightly increased. As much as I think it would be better to have trust here, I need the heat stamps. It's been getting in the way of me actually being able to create buildings and districts. So we'll think about that one. Contagion prevention. So this is all about how we deal with people who are sick. Community service. Okay. Expedition support. Everyone must aid expeditions by helping them prepare for their journeys. City development effort. Main district produces a small amount of prefabs. I think we're going to be okay with prefabs. I don't care about that. Heat pipe watch. Everyone must inspect the heat pipes in their places of residence, spotting and fixing minor heat leakages around the city. Okay, that seems good. And then also this is heat stamped. Income per capita is slightly increased. So I think you could vote on these later on too. Even if you vote on it once, you could vote on it again. There's only a session every 10 weeks though. So you have to be kind of smart about it. What about society? Funerals. The deceased will be harvested and their healthy parts used to support city health care. Unharvested remains will be incinerated and the ashes transferred to relatives. So disease is slightly decreased and research's speed is slightly increased. Ceremonial funerals. Bodies must be buried untouched after a traditional funeral to show proper respect to the departed. Relatives must be allowed to mourn with dignity. The trust loss resulting from deaths is decreased in that case. Okay, well, I'm not willing to think about that right now either. How about childhood? The last one to look at right now. Childhood. All children must work alongside one of their relatives so that they learn their trade and continue the family tradition. The percentage of active workers will increase, which is good. Mandatory school. To guarantee that all children have the skills and knowledge needed in the city, we will establish a mandatory school program supported by the city. So research speed is increased slightly, but heat stamps income goes down. Okay. What do we want to do first? I mean, I think the first thing we kind of need to do is get more heat stamps. It's getting in our way. But heat demand is pretty important too. We're going to do this one. Heat pipe watch. Heat demand is decreased because it doesn't say slightly decreased. It says decreased. So I think it's slightly is the least, and then just the word by itself is the normal. Then there's significantly, which is a lot. Let's see what this does. Oppose the law. So there's 14 people already for it, 12 against it. It's all the stalwarts that are against it. The hesitant people are New Londoners and Frostlanders. I think they'll be fine. So we gotta get to 51 on this. We already have 18.
The eyes have it!
Okay. Now I want to see. Let's pause. How do I know what that actually did? Maybe in the housing districts? If I click here. Oh wow, okay. So the heat demand is negative 40. So it needs 40. And then another 20 because of the temperature. But because it's in a stable crevasse, that's plus 20. The housing insulation that we did is plus 20. And the heat pipe watch I just did is plus 20. So they're actually not draining the power from the generator. Otherwise it would have been a significant drain. So that's good. What's the next idea we want to do? I always want to be making some sort of forward progress with ideas. Well, how many heat stamps do I need? Oh, 100. No. We did housing insulation. What's a heat dispatcher? Heat dispatching control center where engineering teams monitor and optimize district heating, boosting the generator's output. So it actually makes it the heat demand less by 20. This one's by 40, but it increases squalor. See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to do I don't want to research anything or enact anything unless absolutely necessary that increases squalor, disease, or anything like that. Obviously, it's way more effective. So your trade-off here is 200 workforce and a little bit of squalor. This one's 400 workforce and 20 heat and no squalor. We're not going to worry about that one right now. And it will be boring for me to read all of this, so I'm just going to keep kind of like looking through. I do want to, so I was starting to say, and I'm going to continue to say, we need to strip this land of everything we have. Essentially. And it's a lot. We have a lot of stuff here. But the thing that we don't have is we don't have a fuel source after this coal goes away. And yes, it's 312 weeks away. But we're going to develop technology to take that coal out more quickly. We're going to expand. And this is going to go from 312 weeks to like 150 in 20-30 weeks time is my guess. You can fact check me in the comments if you want, but the point is that we don't have an unlimited source here, so we're going to need to go and explore. So the very next thing I want to do, I have a food district. I'm going to expand that in a second, but I'm going to make a logistics bay. I want to start exploring this Frostland because it's huge. So there's got to be some coal out here or something else that we need. So let's do it. Let's do logistics district. Great. Now, food, I said I was going to expand. Oh, wait, go back. Okay. Oh, I could reach that one. That'll increase my output. At least I think so. Or does that actually decrease my output? So let's check that. 50 output right now. I'm expanding the district to include that one node that was there. 60.
Will announce the name of this month's top worker at tonight's muster.
Why did this stop? Unmet requirements. What happened? I'm out of materials? Okay, well I should have saw that coming.
Steward.
Stockpiles depleted. Steward. The stockpiles of materials the captain has gathered have run out. After so many years, our resources in the pit are growing barren. Current output will satisfy some of the demand, but problems will mount over time. We must reach for new deposits, otherwise the city and us will suffer. Okay. So that's I guess you could call it my first mistake. I should have made these little districts here already. So let's make an extraction district. Okay, made a logistics district. We can now survey the frozen lands around New London and find a source of fuel to ensure its future. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Oh, I guess we'll do that now. Okay, so cool. So it's showing now. When I had first zoomed out, it didn't show all of this. We have the Highlands, the Gorge, Foothills, Frozen Bay. What's here? Makeshift shelters, overpopulation, dwindling fuel reserves forced many residents of New London to take refuge in these temporary shelters built around a small hot spring. its inhabitants wait for conditions to improve enough for them to return home. So I could take them back. I have 15 Frostland teams because one logistics district gives me 15. It'll cost me 5 of those teams to bring back 2,600 New Londoners. Let's do it. Okay, but that's cool. I kind of like that. Can I explore? Okay, I'll explore this. Threat level is safe. Over 30 years ago, the Imperial Exploration Company landed here to build the region's generators. A few hastily dismantled piers still stick out of the ice, a faded reminder of their short-lived purpose. Let's launch a little expedition. Okay, so this is going to be one. I mean, this is huge. I'm just going to keep exploring with my Frostland people whenever I can. But first, like I said, we got to set ourselves up here.
Logistics now operational. First expeditions in search for fuel will be launching shortly.
Okay. Materials, output 150. Let's expand it. Yeah? Wait. Here? Expand? Okay, understood. Can't complete the district. So let's uncover this, because we're going to need it for housing anyway. Okay, like I said, let's be a little smarter now. So the output is 60. But it's going to last for 785 weeks. I made this district too big. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll make it with these 3 and these 4, and this is unlimited, so... Next thing we're going to do is, after this frost breaking is done, we will go ahead and build houses. Or actually, let's expand this one. Can we? Yeah, expand this one. Yeah, everything's in the negative. We actually went in a bad direction pretty quickly here. That's the way it is. Okay. Food, right? That's what we said. We need heat stamps. These heat stamps, I'm telling you. Okay. What do I want to research next? What does Skyways do? They all agree on it, so that must be good. It allows the transport of more resources from colonies and outposts. I don't need that yet, so we're not going to do it. Scouts headquarters, base of operations where staff officers subject hand-picked scouts to intensive drilling and oversee exploring expeditions. So the exploration time is decreased, and the territory threat level is decreased. So this is a building that's constructed in logistics districts, it says right there. It's objectively better. It's 400 workforce, but it goes along with the Frostlanders. Again, not going to worry about that right now. I need more heat stamps. That's the thing that's not making me happy right now. Heating. How do we get more heat stamps? Let's see. what did we do here? So Dust Coal Mine, right? This bubble here opened up our ability to get advanced coal mines. This is the one I want to do. But I need a core to do it. I don't think we have any cores. Alright, well, I'm struggling here because there's a lot of good stuff to get. So this... constructing... Alright, so... this would truly help our ability to get more Frostland teams out there. It seems foolish to do that right now. How about the youth? What's going on with our youth? Maintenance duty. Materials demand is slightly decreased. Okay. Workers who do not meet their quotas must stay after their shifts to perform machinery and infrastructure maintenance. Okay, I'm going to do that one next, because that's anything that will help our ability to save materials and that sort of thing is incredibly important. Let's wait till we have 50.
Frostbite is not contagious. Open your arms to those who have none.
Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to research this idea. That'll reduce the materials demand. Because right now we're just negative in so many things. Because we're struggling. So, yeah, we're struggling with goods. Because everything else is suffering. Steward. A new count has revealed significant growth in our population in recent weeks. Some attribute the rise to an influx of settlers from the Frostland, others to births outnumbering deaths. Whatever the cause, we have adjusted our calculations of the city's needs to reflect the new numbers. So 1,587 more people live in the city. Great. All right. Let's be smart now then. Let's use this opportunity to expand. I need more heat stamps. Infectious agents, the first crack. Steward, during a routine medical examination performed by stalwarts, a small group of Frostlanders refused to be assessed. These checkups are relics of years past when a cough could endanger the city. That's gone now. We've adapted, one said. No point continuing this invasion of privacy. The stalwarts maintain that regular physicals help ensure the safety of our workers. It's vital we monitor our citizens' health, one foreman pushed back. We've had epidemics in the past. We mustn't allow another one. Okay, so I have three options. I can allow it. Relations will improve with the New Londoners and stalwarts, but the Frostlanders will be mad. I could ban it, or I could not interfere. Which relations will slightly worsen with everybody if I do that. No, I think it's important. We need to be sure that we're not spreading diseases and stuff. So, you know, come on. Here we go. We're going to allow mandatory checkups. Okay. So we're starting to get some issues with cold and stuff, but let's uncover that. So we're going to expand this. I'd also like to build a housing district, but I can't yet. Yeah, we need a housing district because people are getting cold. Fine. Okay, what's the next thing to solve? Because that will give us 30 more. Can we expand any housing districts? How about you? We need 50 more heat stamps, and then we can expand it, and then we'll be fine.
An automaton has broken down and is blocking traffic. Technicians are on their way.
Okay, those two things should satisfy
A
our
cold spell will soon
shelter
hit us.
needs.
Prepare accordingly.
This little district over here and the one that I just expanded. Alright, so next thing is, oh, food. We're out of food. Okay. That's a problem. Let's do 5 sticks. We'll do like that. Am I really out of prefabs right now? I'm about to be. Yep. I'm out of prefabs. Okay. Uh-oh. I have to make a prefab factory right here. District right here. Sue Miller, age 12, as a street urchin. What are they doing? They're looking for trouble. Okay, I'm definitely not going to read this in whatever accent this is. Cindy's pa went and got her a governess. Like she's going to be a duchess or something. Not on our watch. We roughed up the little... Alright. Ferguson's boys will learn this too. If they try and wife us again tonight, we'll pull razors and say we'll cut out their eyes. It'll be good fun. But what we's want is a proper rumble. Short blades only. Come on, who wants to play? Okay, so the summary of that is a lack of a law regulating childhood is causing tension to rise. Okay, well, I have some other fish to fry. Like, I gotta make a food district. Or actually, wait, extraction district for the prefabs. Ruby King. Daring to dream. For years, suggesting anything against the captain meant close scrutiny from stalwarts. But despite the booming from their bloody speakers, we managed to find our own way. Kept to our principles, stayed frugal, put families first, watched out for our neighbors, continued our traditions. Now we have a council. Maybe it's time for us to stop dreaming and make a change. Okay. Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
The Pilgrims are now officially recognized by the city. Pilgrim delegates will be joining the next council session.
Okay. So the Pilgrims. 506 Frostlanders have organized in a faction. These Pilgrims form a resilient, spirited community held together by the bonds of tradition. So they want adaptation, equality, and tradition. All right. Well, I'm a little behind, I feel like. So let's figure out what's happening here. What is this? We wanted unproductive do. Oh, I thought we already passed this. Yeah. Vote on it. Actually, go back. I want to see. So materials output is 190. Okay, now let's vote on it.
The proposed law has been approved.
Great. So we went from 190 to 209 output. Okay.
Take a new rule enters into force.
All right, let's pause and assess what's happening because we're a little out of sorts with a few things. We have enough houses for everybody. Great. Food is a problem. About to solve that. As soon as I can, I'm going to make another food district, which will give me 55. That'll be solved. Materials is a problem. So we have to do food, then materials, and then more goods. And then that'll help everything. Okay, so food. Oh, I need prefabs. Let's see what's going on in the Frostland. Fishing village. A community of Frostlanders are eking out a pitiful living off moss and small fish. With no furnace, they survive by sleeping shoulder to shoulder under thick layers of fur. They would undoubtedly prefer to live in New London. I mean, I don't really have a lot of houses for you, but I mean, you're doing fine right now, so I'll come back later. How about you? The others. In a cavern near the bay, we found a disturbing sight. Bodies in sturdy Frostland gear neatly laid side by side and left to freeze, with black oil markings over their closed eyes. A ghastly burial ritual? A map we found suggests they were heading to an old machine somewhere by the desolate coast. A machine would require a source of fuel. We should investigate. Okay, so they're leading me to something here. Go ahead. Go check that out. And you know what? Let's bring those people in. Come on. Oh, and look at that. Now that the Frostlanders have departed, we can use the village to provide fish for New London. An outpost here could increase our supply by 100 food until its deposit of 80,000 food is depleted. Let's do it. Crime's going up because of goods scarcity. What did I say I wanted to do? Food, right? Well, actually, now that's going to get solved. Yeah. That fishing village is giving us 100. We need houses. No, let's stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. We need materials. So let's do this right here. Go for it. Next we'll do industrial districts. Okay, what's the next idea we wanted to pursue? We did maintenance duty. That was helpful. What's work compensation? Heat stamps income per capita slightly decreased. trust rises slightly. No. We're going to do efficiency bonuses. If we do anything at all. How about youth? We have to deal with our youth. Okay. Let's deal with our youth. Liberated youth. That'll make trust go up, but it decreases heat stamps. Let's do dutiful youth. Dutiful youth. Steward, 5 children are dead and dozens lay wounded after 2 large youth gangs met for what they called a rumble. Most of the children were armed with knives. The fighting escalated to a full-scale battle. As the parents of the deceased mourn, many insist these children should not have been left unattended. Indeed, many backstreet alleys seem to be overtaken by uncared-for youth. Some areas are beginning to be dangerous even for adults. Okay. I will commit to resolving the issue. I'll have 30 weeks to pass either family apprenticeship or mandatory school. I'm going to deal with it right now. You can trust me. Council's in recess for 4 more days. Okay, we'll do that. When I say now, I mean in 4 days. The crime problem in New London continues to worsen. Scarcity of goods may drive people to acts of crime when they don't see other ways to obtain necessities. Making goods available helps ensure people don't revert to a free-for-all. If they do, watchtowers and prisons might become necessary. It's also worth examining if our laws are helping us fight crime. It may be more difficult to ensure order as the population rises. If crime runs rampant, people might be injured or killed, tensions will grow, and radicals among us will grow in popularity. We'd best ensure it does not come to this. Okay, I have to deal with the crime. Let's do childhood. We're gonna do... I think we're gonna do family apprenticeship. Or do we want to do mandatory school? Let's do family apprenticeship. We did it.
Hear ye, hear ye. The proposed law has been approved.
I see. Childhood law has been regulated. You kept your promise and avoided unnecessary chaos in the city, so trust rises. We're going to see this. It's diminishing.
People of the city, your council has voted.
We're going to expand. No, we're not. We're going to make another... What do we want to do? Want to make another industrial district, or do we want to get more materials? I think we need to get prefabs. That's part of our problem here. While we're kind of in a lull, we don't have enough prefabs, let's uncover a little more land. No, I don't want to do that one. Oh, this is a good shelter for more housing. It's far away from the main, but it's okay. Okay. Currently extracting food. Okay, what's going on over here? We have no teams available because we're using 5 to bring in this food, and there's 10 that are actually uncovering this. Good. Crime is stable, but it's still notable. Our goods scarcity is really a problem. That's what I have to solve. We're gonna solve our goods scarcity. Yeah, let's do that. Let's stay focused on that. We're going to make prefabs to then be able to extract these prefabs and then go back to goods. That's the plan.
Don't shield your apprentice from the dangerous aspects of your job.
Steward, we're struggling with heat stamps. Yeah, tell me about it. A group of pilgrims have come forward with an idea on how to solve it. We should pass durable goods. Let us pursue it and the city will benefit. The pilgrims look with distrust at what other communities propose. They would surely appreciate you getting behind their idea. Marginally improves my relationship with the pilgrims if I pass durable goods. See, that's the thing they do, right? If you haven't looked at all those ideas, you wouldn't really know what durable goods were, and there's no way to get out of the screen. If I disregard it, it will worsen my relations with them. I won't be able just to come back after I see what durable goods is. But I already know I want to do that, so I'm going to leave it as a promise to them. Yeah, let's get some prefabs for now. And then we'll switch over to goods. Dutiful youth. 13 for and 13 against. I hope it's going to pass. I don't want to negotiate with anybody just yet. Negotiate with delegates and try to influence the way they vote. So, New Londoners would make it pass. What do they want? They want me to condemn the pilgrims? No. Let's get out of here. Frostlanders. What do you want? You want me to build a dust coal mine? I'm going to do that anyway. Okay, I'm doing that anyway, so might as well. Yeah, I promised to do this, and I wasn't thinking about it before, Frostlanders. If you just help me out with this vote.
The proposed law has been approved.
A promise is a promise, right? I said I was gonna make a dust coal mine.
The delegates have reached a decision. A new law takes hold.
How much do I need? I need 80 heat stamps. Okay. There we go, making it. Let's go to Frostlands, because something happened here. So we looked at Desolate Coast. Mangled cart. Among debris in the mangled cart, we found an old navigation log. We can't wander forever. If we can only get through this canyon, then we can set up a permanent base next to the oil. The cart holds a large number of cores. Yeah, let's get those cores. And then what's this one say? A ruined machine lies across a crevasse. Wagons spilled into the nearby snow. There are clear signs that people have come and gone from the site, even storing goods here. But what amazed our scouts the most is the huge quantity of readily available oil. This could be the fuel source we've been searching for. Come back later. Oil cistern. A tanker filled with oil hangs in a narrow crevice. It will be dangerous to extract without specialized equipment. Okay, so we need, there's no point in taking this oil until we learn how to use it. Okay, come back later. Fine. Alright, where are we with everything? Nell Sinkfield, a housewife, worried about her son, looking for a culprit. Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as the generator. It's them Turners, I know it's them. They got that new flu, and here they are strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people, that's what they're doing. Oh please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's got to get through to them. The lack of a law regulating contagion prevention is causing tension to rise. Okay. You guys are very demanding.
Seniors, remember, our dutiful youth are eager to help however needed.
Fuel for the future. A lack of common rules among our people can lead to trouble. But as the council debates the future of the city, all are concerned about the day our last coal deposits run out. We must explore the Frostland for more sources of fuel, or else the city will have no future at all. I agree. I definitely agree. The Frostlanders are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. You're welcome. Okay. Find a permanent source of fuel outside the city is what is the next thing. See how now it's only 146 weeks at the current rate? Told you it'd speed up. Okay, couple of problems to solve. Housing. I'm gonna put some houses there. Materials. Where are all our materials going? Do I need hubs and stuff? Okay. Yeah, I need more materials. Okay. I mean, the only real thing that I'm good on right now is food, which is important. But I need some materials. Alright, let's change over to goods like I said I was going to. Want durable goods. So 20 of the New Londoners are against it. You can count on the stalwarts being against it too. I think this is gonna pass though with like a 55.
The
53.
delegates have spoken.
Okay, so the pilgrims like me because I kept my word, but also this is gonna increase our yeah, okay, so we're in a good surplus right now. So crime's gonna start to go down.
The delegates have reached a decision. A new law takes hold.
Okay. So now we're getting 23 heat stamps every week because our goods are met. That could go away real quick though, so we have to be really careful. We need more materials again. I'm going to make another before this slips away from us. No, I don't like it like that. I want to do... that. Teams are available. What's this? Old Dreadnought. A ruined machine lies across... Oh, I already saw this one. This could be the fuel source we've been searching for. We found oil. We'll be able to build a colony on this site. Oil tombs. On the broken shore lies an old, derelict dreadnought. It seems to have been upgraded to run on oil, as it rests beside rich deposits. Perhaps the site was a refueling station? But deep in the black pools lie rows of frozen bodies, wrapped in shrouds and placed in the still wells. Our scouts shudder at the sight. These oil deposits would surely solve our fuel needs, but we would have to desecrate these graves to access all of them. I mean, sorry, but I need access to the oil. Oil will save the city, but we need to adapt our generator to use it. In the meantime, we'll need to establish a reliable supply. It's time we settled beyond New London, create a colony at the old Dreadnought, and connect it with a solid trail to New London. Only then can supply be assured. Okay, I need to make those Skyway things now, that means. How do I do that? Wait, How do I do Skyways? I need 50 heat stamps. That is the most important thing right now. Skyways, yes. Great. Okay, this is fine. Steward, this morning your house has been found walled off from the rest of its neighborhood. The inhabitants escaped after a while, but they found that local shops and amenities refused to service them. I don't know who did it, but it's for the best, I tell ya. Them people got all sort of bugs. The place is healthier without them, claimed a local pub owner. The latest spread of influenza has indeed hit the district hard and people are on edge. Maybe we ought to define common rules for this to appease tensions. I will commit to resolving the issue. But council's in recess for 5 more weeks, guys, so you gotta wait.
Do not succumb to wasteful fashion. Always in style.
I'm low on workforce. Why is that? I wonder if it will make sense to make these hubs. Materials demand in neighboring districts has decreased. Okay, I see all this. I really didn't explore this earlier. Air transport hub. Okay. What are we looking to do next? The housing over here, right? Oh, I need 2. There we go. I need to solve that issue. Indebted to the past, dutiful youth. Steward, a group of dutiful youth members have come up with a humble request. I was a rebel before, but old Mr. Feeney showed me the proper way to be a man, said their spokesman. Spending time with him and his generation, we understand how much we owe them. We can't even imagine what it was like to survive the whiteout years, what sacrifices they had to make. He and his peers wish to organize a thanks and remembrance ceremony during which they will reward the eldest residents from every community with medals and gifts. Should we fund this endeavor? Yeah, I mean... Yeah. We will gather funds for 10 weeks. And Heat Stamp's income per capita is significantly decreased. Alright. You little rugrats. Here you go. Okay, we're good on housing. Now the only thing we're lacking is materials. If we can do that, then we're gonna really be stable. We need 600 workforce, which we don't have. I think we're gonna do this materials stockpile hub. But why do we have no workforce? Let's reduce this by 1 click. Let's get a materials stockpile hub. Oh wow, look at that. So it's I can impact like 6. Let's see how that works. The requirements is 600 people workforce. Okay.
Open window.
So the requirements were 100 workforce. But reduced this one from 600 to 540 and this one from 600 to 540. So that's a net gain of 20. Went down by 120 total for 100. So that just tells me that I've kind of been constructing my districts wrong. I should be constructing my districts with the hub being the center, which actually makes perfect sense when you think about it, because it's a hub and then it would have 6 around it. Can I change the way that I'd have to demolish it? Does it do every single one? Because it was 600 beforehand and it's saying negative 10% workforce. And it's at 540, which is yeah, I mean that's 600 minus 60, which is 10%, but it only impacted 3 of the things. So I'll have to try this in a different context. Like, let's try it with this food one right here. Or is there another? There's another one. Here's another, this is perfect actually. I just need 600 workforce. I have 209. I mean, I'm so curious about it that I'm actually going to power down this district, or no, that's a dumb idea. Let's not do that. About society. Parenthood. Percentage of active workers is significantly increased and the population growth is decreased by having communal parenthood. Dedicated motherhood. Oh wait, I'm supposed to pass some sort of law about contagion. Yeah. Contagion prevention. An infectious badge, so contagious people will be required to wear a specific badge that allows others to limit their interactions with them if they deem it appropriate. Or supported quarantine. Contagious people will be placed in quarantine and cared for by the city. But the shelter demand is slightly increased, although disease is significantly decreased. How bad is our disease? Our disease is minor. So let's be responsible. Right? Let's have a proper response here. We'll do an infectious badge. We won't do the quarantine. because disease is not really something we need to worry about too crazy. It's not too crazy right now. Go ahead. Vote on this.
The delegates have spoken. The law takes effect.
Great.
People of the city, your council has voted.
So I don't have enough workforce. Stewart, thanks to our funding, the young people from the Dutiful Youth Program have held their thanks and remembrance ceremony. Elders from every community mounted the stage and recounted their life stories and experiences of what they gave for the city to survive. A common meal and numerous discussions followed. It brought all of the city together. Very good. Everybody's good right now. Relations are favorable. Do we need to explore? Do we need to do this dreadnought thing right now? Connect path. Oh, I wanted the Skyway. That's right. That's the whole point of this. Skyway. So, what do we do? How do we do it? From here to there to there to here? Let's click here and see what it tells me to do instead. Connect path. I want a skyway though, not a trail. What's going on here? Okay, is that gonna work? I guess. Let's see how that works. Okay. Materials. That's right. I needed 100. Oh, good. Wait, I need a hub. I needed 100 for something. Oh, I just lost it. It said 93 now. It said 101. Okay, let's pause. Material stockpile. Oh, it impacts all districts. Okay. Let's do that. Sue Miller spinning dog hair into yarn. Okay, well, there's a lot of curse words in this one, so I'm just going to read the bottom. Family apprenticeship promises a better future for the children of the city. I think it actually affects the whole district, as long as it touches one of the not the squares, the hex. Actually, they're hex symbols. X blocks. So if I had built a little more smartly. Actually, we can do that. Let's see. How about oh, we don't want to make a food district there, do we? Oh, I kind of messed up a little bit. But let's try what I said I was going to try. First, let's clear out some of this. Okay, got a lot of people that just came in here, so... So I've been avoiding this entire thing here. There's an iron vein that has 2.9 million units in it. What does an iron vein do? Is there anything in here? I don't know. Let's make a little extraction thing and see.
Appreciate all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
Oh, I can establish a colony here, but I need to send 20 teams, which I don't have. How about a Scouts headquarters? I mean, the survivalist one is, again, objectively better. Exploration time is decreased, territory threat level is decreased. There's no other benefit, so go ahead with that one. Okay, so I had wanted to try making the hub in the center. So we're going to do it like this. 1, 2, 3. So you can't make it in the center. But let's see how that'll work. My idea is to have like it right there in the center. So we'll see what happens. See, it can't do that everything. It's only going to do part of it anyway. So let's see. Since I know that I'm going to have another one over here at some point. What's that blue? I don't know what that means. I'm going to do that there. Fine. Okay. Steward, with disease currently under control, more and more citizens resent being forced to wear unwarranted infectious badges. Okay. It says, I've got the clap, but I ain't spreading that to no one just by breathing, complained one. But with this blasted thing pinned on, everyone runs at the sight of me like I'm a leper. A mixed coalition of delegates agrees with the complaints and has drafted a new law which would deregulate the issue of contagion altogether. Okay, so I like that you can kind of like do it, and then if you need to pull back, you can. But I'm not going to do that right now. I want to do basic necessities. We're going to do paid essentials. Yeah.
The proposed law has been approved.
Okay. So now I'm getting 28 heat stamps per week. Good, because I need it. All right, so what do I want to... I wanted to expand this housing because I'm a little bit low on housing. I feel like my research is going... I think I only have one research institute. I mean, I research it pretty quick to begin with, but it'd be nice to have another one. So more housing. I need to make that town, or whatever we're talking about, that Frostland team. Gonna break, do some frost breaking while I still have the opportunity to do so. I'm pretty stable right now. What's gonna happen though is I'm gonna run out of coal. I have 90 weeks left of coal there. 107 weeks there. We're pulling from our surplus. We're doing kind of okay in everything else.
Has been reduced. This week only.
Survivalist headquarters I'm gonna make. Abe Chambers, age 90, former shipwright. He's longing to join his wife in the beyond. 90 years old, 90 summers. Well, winters more like. I've had a good life, I guess. Well, I've had a life anyway. Not everyone in the old Queen Hythe crew can say the same. I'd always thought I'd be sharing my Liddy's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently, them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? So the lack of a law regulating funerals is causing tension to rise throughout the city. I mean, we could pass a law. But for now, we're going to make a survivalist headquarters. Oh, what happened here? We ran out of prefabs, huh? Okay. Demolish. I expect that's going to happen in quite a few things, areas coming up here. I need another housing district. Can I expand this one? Let's expand this one instead. Any other one could be expanded? Oh yeah, if I had heat stamps. Yeah, expand that one, but we have to do some frost breaking. Ran out of resources here too. Okay, let's Take a look here for the Frostland. We can send colonists here. Okay, let's see about doing this guy. Let's get this, oh, I don't have to expand that. Another logistics district. Almost makes you want to just frost break the whole thing. But I know that's kind of... Oh, maybe that is a strategy. I don't know. I have unlimited food here. I mean, I feel like I have all this squalor that's happening. Is that what's actually happening? Like when I went to go build this food thing, it said there's disease because it'd be near an industrial. I kind of made a mistake there. But I'll be getting rid of this food district anyway, so... Maybe I'll increase the production of it so that it goes away more quickly. Because having the industry right here is fine, it's just... I should have thought about that a little bit better. Okay, expand this.
Remember to make sure your contagion badge is visible at all times.
I mean, that's what they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that constantly. Okay, this will hopefully help my housing. Yeah, I'll listen to you in a second. I need to expand. Oh, okay, I can't. Rowdy funeral. No common rules. Steward, there was a shameful display during a wake yesterday. Some of the deceased's family wanted a traditional burial, while others complained about wasteful antics and said the body should be donated to further the city's healthcare. This could save people's lives, was answered with, I won't risk my father's soul. And as people got more heated, they eventually came to blows. In the aftermath of the fight, the body disappeared and each side suspects the other of foul play. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Maybe we need common rules to get everyone on the same page. Okay, I will commit to something there. What do we want to do? Harvesting funerals. The deceased will be harvested and the healthy body parts used to support city healthcare. Research speed will be increased and disease is slightly decreased. Ceremonial funerals. Trust lost resulting from deaths is decreased. We haven't had people dying because we've been doing a good job, but I feel like at some point we are going to have people dying. And we don't want that to erode our trust. That's really hard to get back. Research speed getting slightly increased. Who cares? Disease slightly decreased. We don't have an issue with that right now. So I think we should propose ceremonial funerals.
Hear ye, hear ye. The votes are in. The measure passes.
That passed 53. We needed 51. Trust rises. Okay, everybody's doing good.
Take note. A new rule into force.
I mean, while we have it, let's frostbreak. Let's just frostbreak. Okay, that should help our housing. Our food is doing great. Our materials are okay. Goods are good too. Okay. We'll want to research. Scout training, what's this? Exploration time is decreased. Territory threat level is decreased. I think there's benefits to both, but I wonder which one's better. We can ignore that for now. Harvesting hangars. What does this do? This is constructing logistics districts. It's harder to say than you think. Logistics districts. Aerodrome from which harvesters are dispatched to the Frostland to make sure every last bit of food is extracted and brought for sorting in dedicated grading rooms. Again, this one is objectively better. Why do they even offer these other ones? I guess it's because if you want to follow a path of a certain faction. Like right now, let's look at that real quick. So the Frostlanders, I have favorable relations with them, and their size of the whole population is 38%. The Pilgrims, they're devoted to me, but they only represent 4%. The Stalwarts represent 9% and they're neutral. The New Londoners, they're neutral and represent 49% of the whole population. So if I really want to get to a point where they truly like trust me, I should be doing more things for the New Londoners.
Hear us, Stuart.
Or I should be figuring out a way to make the Frostlanders
Stuart.
have more population. How do I do that?
Stuart.
Okay. I can fund some projects.
Stuart.
Nah, I'm not going to do that. I could raise some funds. I can... Make them a promise. Is there something that I would be doing anyway? Nope. City. Oh, that's right. I had wanted to do this. The efficiency bonuses. Production efficiency is slightly increased. Let's just go for it.
Steward.
Steward. Now that we are charging for essentials, some unemployed families are unable to afford basic necessities. Work goes to the worthiest. If these people were passed up, it's their own fault. They should put in the work instead of expecting the city to solve their problems, claimed one stalwart delegate. Others are more measured and say we could provide them with a weekly allowance. If we can't offer them work, we will give them a budget, up to them to use it wisely. What should we do? So if we allocate an allowance to those in need, the paid essentials law that we passed, or rule, would provide less heat stabs income. And if we let them fend for themselves, it remains unchanged. I mean, I think that we have a little bit of a surplus here right now, so let's give them a little bit of help. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make that get over here to that the dreadnought and get oil. Okay. Okay, so what do we need to do here? 75 weeks is the current rate. That's how much coal we have left. We need to go ahead and establish that colony over at the old dreadnought. Let's oh, what just popped up? This is somebody saying something. Okay, pilgrims support the steward. Steward, good news. Due to good relations with pilgrims, they offer their members as scouts, aiding in exploration efforts. They think it will help you solidify your rule. If we want their continued support, we should maintain their approval. Okay, so as long as relations with the pilgrims are devoted, their volunteering scouts perk will remain active. Okay, so what does that do? Let's go back to that town. Pause. Where are the pilgrims? Right here. Due to good, oh, so it actually gives us Frostland teams. Got it. I could also do this special that says exploration time is extremely decreased. I don't really need that for now, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and send colonists. It says sending employed workforce, districts, and buildings in the source city will deactivate. Well, I don't want that. So do I need more people first? In New London? Okay, you know what? Let's do that thing. Let's deploy guys to decrease the exploration time. It's considerably boosted for 1 year. Wow, it really pays to have good relations with these people. So let's do some exploration then. We have 40 teams. The Highlands needs 20, so let's do that. And what about the mountains? They also need 20. Alright, so we'll just do that and work on other things for now. Okay, so while they're exploring, let's make sure that we don't want to just drag on this city forever. We want to be really self-sufficient. We want to be really sturdy with all of our stockpiles and everything. But we'll eventually run out, so we have to make some headway on our quests here. There's still a lot of stuff left in this area. We have 904 workforce. How about, in this little bit of a lull, we go ahead and frost break some things. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do, you know, really, I kind of have already done this, but that's okay. Let's keep going. Okay. We're a little short on housing, but literally every single category, hunger, disease, cold, squalor, and crime is absent. It's the best situation you could possibly be in. Council's in recess for another day. We still have research going. I guess I need to expand my my housing districts here because I need just a little more population. I can expand this one and it'll be perfect. Great. I feel like I'm falling a little bit behind when it comes to research. So let's make some more research institutes. We're getting low on coal. When am I going to actually run out of coal? 62 weeks. Oh, it says it in the top left, 68 weeks total. Now that's going to go by pretty fast. So I do need to get established over there. So let's make that our priority. Okay, something's on the council's agenda. To encourage competition, the city will allocate special bonuses to the people who work the most efficiently. So it's just a production efficiency being slightly increased. Go ahead and vote.
The proposed law has been approved.
Great. Okay, once this housing district expansion is done, our population shelter here should be good.
People of the city, your
We're good by
council has
+1.
voted.
Hear us, Stuart.
Unwanted destiny. Stewart, a father has come to our offices with his son. They both ask you to hear them out. This boy is not cut out for a blacksmith, said the father. His knack is for words, poetry. I can bend steel, but he can stir souls. Please, let him be apprenticed under someone who can teach him to use his talents. Their plea echoes the sentiment of some that family apprenticeship limits the prospects of children born into an arduous career path. What should we do? If we make the law more firm, we'll have an improvement with the stalwarts in reputation and relations, but family apprenticeship will be less effective. If we stay firm, relations will improve with the pilgrims, who we're already devoted with. So let's try to improve our relations with the stalwarts a little bit. Apprenticeship to non-relatives is now allowed. I mean, that's fine, right? I mean, he doesn't want to be a blacksmith. Okay, back to the Frostland. We have... Okay, cool. So we have explored those two areas. The mountains and the hills, I think it was. It doesn't matter. We have some question marks here. Let's take a look. Possible settlement, the ruins of Tesla City. The looming remains of a city once famed for its technological marvels. The place has a bad reputation and has been picked clean over the years, but to our surprise, our scouts uncovered a yet undiscovered chamber. It houses a mechanical calculator powered by a coal-to-oil converter. It remains active, though no one knows what it's calculating. We can either remove the converter to replicate in New London, though this will deactivate the machine, or we can send a team here to use the machine to boost our research. What do I want to do? I mean, maybe we want to eventually salvage the coal to oil converter. Let's leave it alone for now. What else? Mysterious towers. Tall towers can be spotted on top of these peaks. Further exploration has been hindered by the constant winds and shearing glaciers surrounding the site. Our scouts have noted that some tunnels by Tesla City head in this direction. We could outfit an expedition to try to reach the site from underground. It's going to take a lot of teams, but yeah, let's do it. And how about this one? Okay, the captain himself ordered this mine dug as New London's coal began to dwindle. But its hastily laid trail was lost to a whiteout. The shafts are marked with the miners' final farewells to their families. An outpost here could increase our supply by 250 coal until its deposit of 210,000 coal is depleted. That is good. Let's do that. No, it's not really letting me build in the way I want to build. Maybe if I cut through this way. Yeah, we'll just have to make multiple stops here, so. I can't do it because I haven't explored the meadow. Okay, I understand. I think we'll explore the Highlands next. But that would really help us when it comes to coal. Oh, but wait, let's pause here for a second. We have an issue. We don't have enough coal? Is that the problem? Let's make some dust coal mines. Okay, our coal is going up because there's some heat scarcity, and we just had more people move in, so we don't have enough housing for them. All right, so all is not perfect. Where do we want to make more housing? I feel like the top half will be the housing and food half. And we'll move the industry down here to the bottom right eventually. So, okay, let's make more housing here. I can expand this. And after that expands, I'll make it go... Actually, I'll just do it now. Housing. That's Frostbreak. I'm gonna make another logistics district here because I want to explore the highlands to be able to get to this coal.
The steward appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer time.
All right, let's do some more research since again I feel like we're falling behind on that. We're good with coal now. We're back into a surplus, so that is going to start to get better. We're going to have more houses in a second. So let's do that. And what was it I was just going to do? Research. Okay. Where are we going wrong? We haven't really done a lot of research, like I've been saying. Let's start to correct that. I mean, to be honest, we haven't really needed it. Parents, parenthood. Do I want to manage a big population or a more effective population? Housing block. We did look at this before and I didn't make a decision on it. So there's subsidized housing block, dense housing block, and regular housing block. Based on the faction, they care about it differently. So subsidized gives us -1 heat stamps income. Gives us 20 shelter, 20 heat, 50 workforce. The housing block is the best in that it gives us 10 shelter, but no other issues. The heat stamp income. I might go with the subsidized housing block because it gives us 20 shelter instead of 10, and it only costs us 1 heat stamp, as opposed to the housing block, which is only 10 shelter and no heat stamp. So let's do the subsidized one. I need some prefabs. That's going to put us in a deficit when it comes to goods for 85 weeks. But that's okay for now.
Stewart. Stewart.
Deposits run low. Coal is running out. Stewart, some of the coal deposits in this district will soon run out. The Stalwarts and the New Londoners believe they can use explosives to access deeper veins of coal. The Frostlanders say we should send children for mist ore in the tighter tunnels. Some did this as kids themselves in the abandoned mine outpost and they survived unscathed. Should we support any of these ideas to extend the deposit? Oh wow, okay. So, if we lay explosives, the available coal will increase by 10%. If we recruit child volunteers, available coal in all deposits will increase by 15%. Or we could avoid all the risks. We're going to recruit child volunteers and see what happens. I mean, they're volunteers after all, right? Okay. Okay, what do we... Was there something that we wanted to do here to vote on? You know, let's take a look at these rules, because since they like me so much, I wonder if there's something I could do. Guided voting? Guard enforce. Let's see what guided voting looks like. The steward may declare a motion vitally important to the city's survival, curtailing debate and convincing many wavering delegates to support it. I feel like that's a good one. Bureau of Propaganda. I don't know what that does. Secret police. This is all getting a little something here. Do I really even need this? There's a quell protest district ability for this one. I feel like I'll do the guided voting and see what happens. Why not? Let's see what happens. There's 26 people for, 18 against, and 56 are hesitant. You need 60. This may be the first vote that we actually lose. We've had it pretty easy so far. I can negotiate to really sway people. Maybe I do that. The New Londoners are mostly hesitant. So what can I interest you in here? Oh, they want machine-centric shifts. They want mechanized scouts. Sure, why not? I could do that one. Yeah. Go ahead. We could do that one. Mechanized scouts. How am I going to do that? I don't know. I think I have to research it and then hold a vote. Yeah, it says research and hold vote. Let's go for it. Vote.
Hear ye, hear ye. The proposed law has been approved.
Okay.
A law has passed in the council. Take heed.
Oh, these people are complaining. They said the steward promised them something. Okay, well, anyway, let's get back to business. What did we want to do? We wanted to find what's going on in the Highlands, also in the Meadow, and we have 5 teams left. Okay, what's this? Our scouts reached the end of the tunnel and found an isolated crater and unpowered electrical towers on top of the sheer cliffs to all sides. At the bottom of the crater is a frozen lake, structures frozen beneath the ice. Our geologists suspect the lake is not natural, but formed after a flash of heat melted the snow on the nearby peaks and flooded the crater in the valley. We have no idea what could have released so much heat, but it seems old Tesla was up to something big here. If we set up an outpost, maybe we could dig down into the ice and salvage some structures for parts. Let's set up an outpost. We don't have enough teams to do this, but we'll have to build a skyway and then we could actually transfer, it looks like, prefabs back. Okay, the very next thing we're going to do after all this simmers down is we're going to start this colony at the old Dreadnought because we're going to run out of coal pretty soon. Six more weeks to chart this.
Steward.
Fire in the shaft. Coal is running out. Steward, a fire has broken out in our coal mine. If we don't react, we'll lose the mine along with the deposit. Some of the stalwarts engaged in the rescue effort insist we can still save the mine by cutting off the air supply to the shaft and suffocating the flames. But some of the child miners are still making their way out. It'll suffocate them too. After we deal with the crisis in the dust coal mine, we will ensure these accidents do not occur again. So I can block off the air supply. We'll wind up saving the deposit, but some child miners will die. Or we evacuate the miners, the workers. The child miners will be saved, but the dust coal mine will be destroyed and the district's remaining coal reduced by 50%. Okay, this is a tough decision. Some child miners are going to die, but if we run out of coal, a lot more people are going to be put at risk. If we evacuate them, we save them. I mean, these are the decisions that I have to make as the steward. And what that means is I have to care about the many. So I'm going to block off the air supply. That'll save the deposit, but it's going to kill some child miners. I'm not sure which way I want to go. I mean, these people entrusted me to keep them safe. We could find coal somewhere else, can't we? Isn't my guiding principle that I keep them safe? And we deal with whatever later on. We're gonna say, I think we're gonna save the kids. I think we're gonna save the kids. That might be short-sighted, but I think the parents would appreciate it. For one, and the kids themselves maybe for two. Let's do that. Our humanity is worth more than a single coal mine.
Please be aware. Funeral processions always have the right of way.
Okay, we're gonna pause real quick because we only have 4 days left of coal. We don't have any more coal in this area, in this district, so we're going to demolish it. We're going to expand this logistics area. I'm not going to build that yet. I gotta get to that coal mine. So what, 4 weeks in 1 day to chart this? One week and 5 days to chart this. Good, it's charted. Okay, first thing, we're building a skyway. Can I build it this way? Oh yeah, look at that, great. It's gonna take 4 weeks to do, but then I'll have coal coming in. Can I build a skyway here? That's for prefabs. And then this says, built hastily during the 1901 plague, these buildings were used to quarantine infected New Londoners. They now lie silent and forgotten, scores of wooden crosses, a grim reminder of what transpired. Should we decide to disturb the dead, dismantling this place could yield some raw materials. So if we dismantle Lazarette's remains, it will increase tension a little bit, but we'll get 300 prefabs, which is quite a bit, so let's do it. Down here, our scouts have met the wise women for which these hills are famed. Some are in fact New Londoners who left during the captain's first days. They would be pleased to return to New London now that we have a council, and they say they can bring some cores with them. However, some of the captain's most loyal followers consider these women traitors and think they should remain exiled. We're gonna take them in. Not only do they come with cores, but who knows why they left. So they're coming back to us. And what's this over here? An abandoned research station. Inside this abandoned research station, our scouts found a circle of frozen naked bodies lying around a strange idol made of ice. Nearby sat a pile of stalwart uniforms. The station has fallen into disrepair. We could salvage it for prefabs, but the stalwarts would prefer that we destroy all evidence of this place and redact it from the official record. Oh, so they're like embarrassed or something. No, you're gonna have to get over it. We need the prefabs, so grab those prefabs. Okay, now for real, the very next thing we're gonna do is establish that colony at the Old Dreadnought. the meadow is about to be uncovered. Okay, 35 Frostland teams. Let's see. All right, we're going to go to the old Dreadnought. Like I said, nothing else is getting on our way. It's going to take us 15 weeks to construct it. I didn't realize that. We have 33 weeks of coal left, so go ahead and send the colonist. Great. Yeah, so the cold is growing. You know, the good thing I can say is that the warm season's coming up in about 18 weeks. So our demands for heat will be a little less, so that's good. What's going on over here? Lucy Fairweather. Okay, says that they're 13 years old, they're a minor, and says afraid of the cold after the mine collapsed. I'm tired of people treating me like a baby. I knew it was risky working in the mine, but I chose it because Grandma froze to death. My mum froze to death, and my brother lost his hands. So if I died in the hole, stoking the fire, if I saved one family from seeing the ice on their mum's face, then it'd be worth it, see? But no one asked me. They let the coal burn, and now it's getting proper cold again. So Lucy is resentful that I saved her. Okay, I'm not going to take any offense. Alright, what do we want to research? What's next? What does labor organization do? Trust falls slightly, but production efficiency is increased. We're going to avoid that because we don't need to do anything right now. Scout training. Territory threat level is decreased. Oh, that's right. They wanted the mechanized scouts, right? Let's do that. Oh, they're like suggesting I do. So, okay, I already did guided voting. So, Bureau of Propaganda. To foster cohesion, the steward's words will be broadcast throughout the city. Defeatist talk and slander will be prohibited. Tension is significantly decreased. Deaths will decrease relations less. Guided voting will decrease relations less. And emergency council sessions will decrease relations less. I mean, we might as well get power while the getting's good, right? Only 3 people are for it. And 30 are against it. This is going to be rough. Let's not do this one right now because I think we're going to need to negotiate, and we can't negotiate with our biggest cohort, which are the New Londoners, since we already promised them the mechanized scouts. Survival, food additives, what's this? We have no common rules for this. We could do foraged additives, so citizens will provide more food during calm weather. Let's just do that one. Sure, sounds fine.
The proposed law has been approved.
Wow, it passed with 51 votes and it needed 51, so that's pretty close.
A law has passed in the council. Take heed.
Is this actually working? Okay, so I have 95 weeks of coal left. Where's all my coal? Dust Coal Mine 202. That Captain's Mine is the one that I have here. So even with that mine, it's still not enough to keep me going. Which is fine, I expected that. Sort of. What are these question marks? Okay, plague shacks. The crowds surviving in these hunting shacks have a distinctive pox all over their skin. They claim their affliction makes them more resistant to the cold. Unconvinced, our scouts keep their distance. We could take the sick people in, which will increase the population, but disease will be increased. We can inoculate our people, but we need to do the experimental treatment law. So we're gonna wait on that. In this one, silver automatons. Under the snow lies a convoy of automatons with imperial livery and tarnished silver hulls. The machines seem to have come from the Ashtop Mountains. The scouts managed to decipher their last instructions. If no one arrives, seek survivors. Our scouts are confident they could repair the automatons to work in New London. Otherwise, we could repurpose the automatons' cores. If I repair the automatons, I'll get 1,200 workforce, and it'll cost 300 prefabs. Or I could just take the cores. Let's repair them. Okay. Is this almost done? When is this going to be done? At the old dreadnought. Oh, it's about half done, it looks like. Let's make another research institute. Let's expand this one. I'm really looking forward to this heat coming because I need my heat demand to be reduced. Overdue fix. Steward. Some workers sent to maintenance duty for not meeting their shift quotas seem to be doing more harm than good. Look at this gearbox. They call that lubrication? Good for nothing, useless bunglers, the whole lot of them, complained Stephen Chores, an experienced foreman who reported and repaired many such blunders. Someone ought to whip those foozlers into shape, I tell you, he went on. Hell, I'll do it. For a small fee, obviously. What should we do? Should we train the unproductive? If this is what it takes to improve performance, we'll provision heat stamps for proper training. So it would decrease the heat stamp income, but it was more effective at increasing production efficiency. No, it's fine. They made a mistake. So I'm going to refuse your offer. As kind as it is that you would like to whip these foozlers into shape, I'm going to refuse your offer. Okay, what was that for? Oh, researching mechanized scouts. The New Londoners are delighted you kept your word. Great. I'm glad you're happy. What are we researching next? Freight docks. Increases the capacity for the skyways. No. Let's not do that. What's food energy efficiency here? Oh, they all like it. Base heat demand of food districts is significantly decreased. I wish I would have looked at this one. So add this to some list somewhere of things that top 10 things I wish I knew about Frostpunk 2. The base heat demand of food districts is significantly decreased by doing crop selection. And it's like the second thing in heating. Okay, we almost done here? Almost. Let's explore while we can. So possible findings, coal. Coal and materials. I care about coal right now, so let's just do that. Mechanized scouts. We will train scouts to use advanced technology and techniques in order to optimize exploration. All right, let's go for a vote. We may not make this one. We did it. 58.
Have it.
You know what? I'm not seeing this advancing. I wonder if that's because I keep using up the Frostland teams. I think that's the case. Yeah, I didn't see that little line filling in until I had 20 teams. Okay, what's going on here? Amber Cooper. Restoring an old London painting. We won't lose our history. All that knowledge, literature, art, it'll live with us. With our past as our bedrock, we can stand on the shoulders of the greats who came before us. We can build on what they've done. Our history doesn't have to weigh us down. It can bolster us forwards. It can be a foundation. So apparently we made a step toward a tradition cornerstone.
Attention, citizens. A new law is in effect.
Oh, we can propose another law. What would help us? Right now, let's wait for this food efficiency to be done. Worker shifts. Yeah, for the long haul, it's better to do weather-adjusted shifts.
Stuart.
Visions of our future. Steward, everyone in New London is awaiting the moment we get a steady supply of oil. So many fears would vanish, so many dreams made possible. But those dreams seem to be diverging. Stalwarts paint visions of an eternally warm New London, as warm as only the eldest among us remember. Pilgrims want to use this newfound power to reach out and settle remote places on the Frostland, making it our own. Both factions started thinking about how to use oil when it reached New London. When it does, we will have to decide. Okay, so Dreadnought is done. Let's pause and see what's going on here. What do I do here? So here's New London. And here's the Dreadnought. Which, this is the tutorial, the prologue map, actually. Except for the seals aren't here, and there's no food. So they're gonna make us that this is relying on our food, which is fine, we have extra for now. Okay. So 3,000 people live here? Because we transferred people. Got it. Got it. What do I do? I want to get the oil. Okay, I'm not sure if that's really what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just trying to get to the oil. Okay, well, let's not have these teams, these Frostland teams, idle. So let's not get distracted. I have a lot of question marks to go here. The Old Empire, the wreck of a mighty freighter marked with the colors of the Old Empire. It is the only wreck we see facing away from and not towards the coast. It seems to have collided with another vessel and partially sunk, but fortunately enough remains above the surface to be salvaged. So I can get 200 materials until 2.4 million materials are depleted. That's a lot of materials. That is really worth it. Connect. How do we connect? All right. The Royal Navy. We located a wrecked ship lodged on its side, encased in a massive block of ice. HMS Atalanta, barely legible on the aft starboard hull. We were unable to get inside, but we found a jagged hole into the engine room. It was full of coal and not much else. The place made our scouts quite uneasy. We noticed that our compasses were behaving erratically in the vicinity of the wreck. Probably best not to linger here. If I take the coal, I'll get 50,000 coal. Yup, I need that. Okay, great. What's up here? Possible settlement. Multiple pods of whales froze here after being pursued by humanity's last whaling vessels into the freezing harbor. The scouts are amazed at the sight of the massive bodies made pale by the ice. Finally, I found my white whale, the scout commander jokes. No one laughs. Years ago, the captain sent a team with machines to bore through the ice and mine out the whale meat. We can take the machines back to New London to assist our extraction, or send a new team here to finish the job. If we take the machines, we'll get 10% production efficiency. If we take the machines, I mean. If we establish a whale mining outpost, we can have a food outpost. Let's do that. Okay. Which is actually perfect because we need it for the old dreadnought. Connect it to there? Over there. Sure. Okay. Another point of interest. Crashed transport. An old coal hauling crawler half buried in snow. It appears the transport's navigation devices were tampered with and its charts were inaccurate. Graffiti has been etched into one side. New London leeches. Regardless of what happens here, the coal is ours for the taking. Collect the coal. I think I'm at my coal stockpile limit though. I don't want to mess up anything, so we'll come back for it, I think. All right, let's get some oil.
Tammy Two Toes will be signing posters in the Central District this afternoon. And yes, she will be using her feet.
I want to build the oil extractor, but pull the district to the right away from population, just in case that kind of matters. So I'm just taking that extra step to do that. So you can see in the old dreadnought, I mean, I don't have the right housing. We're getting food, but I don't have goods, so we're gonna have issues with crime. But that's okay. For now, we need to focus on oil. New law. Weather adjusted shifts. Oh wow, that's pretty divided. 41 are for it. 42 are against it. I think we'll fail if we do this. Because 32 of 49 New Londoners are against it. 17 are hesitant. The only hesitant people here are the New Londoners. And they were against it to begin with, so let's negotiate with them. The New Londoners. You're gonna vote for it, right? They want me to research the building actuated heat dispatcher. I mean, I just have to research it. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, I can research it. You're gonna vote for it, though.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
I think we would have been okay anyway. But that's okay. They played the game. Where's heating? Actuated heat dispatcher, right? That's what they wanted? Yeah, right here. Here you go. You happy now? There. Okay. Let's get some oil. Okay, it says these shelters were last used by desperate New Londoners who fled from the overcrowded city before the captain's death.
Stuart?
They have all since returned to New London. Now the site is a way station. Okay, but I wanted this thing. Pilgrims suggest action. Stuart, we're struggling with heat stamps. A group of pilgrims have come forward with an idea on how to solve it. We should research city-run alcohol shops. Let us pursue it and the city will benefit. The pilgrims look with distrust at what other communities propose. I mean, I'll research it. I'll research anything you want me to research. I'm not necessarily building it or passing a law. Okay, oil's coming in. We have 225 oil coming in. Let's turn on this furnace. It's on. And we have to transfer 75 oil to New London. So we click on that icon on the actual old dreadnought and we do resource transfer. Oil. We can actually transfer quite a bit because we have a lot here. 220. Oh, okay, so... Oh, I could move some materials this way. Yeah, we're gonna keep most of it in New London. But we'll send these people some stuff. They don't want oil. Goods, though. Goods are gonna be a problem. As long as we're in the positive, I'm okay. Maybe we'll give them some goods. I feel like that's going to be a mistake. But let's do it. We did it. Okay, let's transfer. A new fuel flows. Anticipation fills the air as the first transport of oil is sent to New London. To dream of a future without feeling cold feels surreal. To make it happen, however, we will need to modify the generator to turn this black gold into heat. This will be irreversible. What future we build for ourselves will depend on it. we must decide. Alright, well that's the end of chapter 1. We'll be heading into chapter 2 next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.